It's time again for another installment of The Basics, and on today's show, I have a special treat for everybody because I'm going to be opening a Premier Starter Deck 2. It is sealed. I just got it today. Thank you, Dan Wilterhalter, by the way. I appreciate that. And once I remove the plastic, we're going to go through this and see what we get. Now, I've taken the plastic off. I've opened the box. Back in 1998, when the Starter Deck 2 came out, they did not wrap the internal cards in plastic, which is actually good for me. So, without further ado, let me move the box and let's see what we get. Archer Dilemma, yeah, I've already got lots of those. Pattern Enhancers, I'm going to put that in over there. That's an interesting event to have. Romulan Pad, believe it or not, I can actually use that in my Romulan deck. McKnight, boring. Starfleet Type 2 Phaser, always good to have extra equipment. Torek, I have him like 20 times over back in the day. Emergency Transporter Armbands, useful card. I'm going to keep that, probably. Anaphasic Organism. Mendon. Again, that's so common it hurts. Espionage Federation on Klingon. Probably won't deal with that. I have a lot of those. Simon Tar Seats. I remember getting like 3 of him back in the day in the original Premier set. Loss of Orbital Stability. Useful. Palar Toff. Love it. I can use another one of those. Varel, another common Romulan personnel. Tricorder, may or may not keep that. Long Range Scan, very useful card. Rogue Borg Mercenaries, yes, I would love to have another one of those. I can never get enough of Rogue Borg, one of my faves. Rescue, you're damn right, I'm going to keep that. Federation Pad, probably not. Talus, I've already had him a couple times, I don't need him. Science Vessel, because it's a ship, I'm going to keep it. I like having extra ships in my collection. Atmospheric Ionization, meh. Dederidex Class Warbird, I'll hang on to that. Tetrion Field, interesting. Never been a big fan of using that card, but maybe. Cedo Jaxa, I'm still sad all these years later that she died. Very touching. Klingon Outpost, I do have several, but I might keep it. Excavation, I do have that mission, of course. Female's Love Interest. Covert Installation, I definitely have that. Impassable Door. Birth Class Starship. Horribly crap. Like Weapons 4, you can't do anything with this ship. I've never liked it. I've never been a fan of the Birth Class Starship in general. Espionage, Romulan Federation, maybe. Treaty, Federation Romulan, maybe. Even though I have a couple. Scan, very interesting card that you can never get enough of. I'll make sure to add that. Subspace Warp Rift, useful. Runabout, which is a Danube class runabout, possibly useful if I didn't already have 10. Tall, another common useless card. Have a couple of him. Paul Tath, I remember this was one of the first, if not the first Romulan card I ever got when I first started the Star Trek CCG. I do remember that. The first Romulan card. Disruptor Overload, possibly useful. Subspace Interference, sometimes useful. Female's Love Interest, yeah, I got tons of those. Plasma Fire, can be useful. Romulan Disruptor, that's going to be useful for my Romulan deck, I need equipment. Galathon, believe it or not, a very cool character in the Star Trek universe. If you ever watched the episode, I believe it's called The Chase in Next Generation. Very interesting dude. Wormhole. I could definitely use another wormhole card. Pie, useless because I already have that ship, and I probably had 5 or 6 over the years. Morgan Bateson. Cool card, but I already have. We see what you did there, Kelsey. Amanda Rogers, and it's a misprint. It's got misprint marks, which I'll still use though. Very useful card. Transwarp Conduit, useful card. Amory. Believe it or not, I don't have her. I never got her ever before. Nora Satie, I have her. Total crazy nut in that episode. Telepathic alien kidnappers. Interesting. Useful. Ella Drell creature for a dilemma. Have used it in the past, not a big fan. Secret Salvage, Wolf 359. Anything that has Wolf 359 attached is cool, even though I already have it. Centurion Bakra. Very cool. Don't need them though. Temporal Rift, I will definitely keep that. Osette, I have her. Useful. Genetronic Replicator. Interesting, but never something I've used. Full Planet Scan. Very cool. And Restore Errant Moon. So I didn't get a really cool rare, which is unfortunate. Now, the Starter Deck 2 also had the rule supplement and card list. And it had additional extra cards not found anywhere else. So, without further ado, military exercises. I do have that mission already, but I'll take another because it's universal. Study Cometary Cloud. I may or may not have that. Study Pulsar. I definitely have that, but it's universal. I'll take another. Geological Survey. I do have that, but it's universal. Botanical Research. Can't remember if I have that or not. Search for Weapons. Demilitarized Zone. Universal. Ferengi Trading Post. Very useful, and I need that in my deck. And Memory Wipe. Seeds on table. Your opponent's cards may mix regardless of affiliation, or plays on a non-Borg ship. Ship crew and ships away teams lose affiliation and become non-aligned. So there you have it. The Starter Deck 2. Now, as cool as that was, I really enjoyed opening an old box of the Star Trek CCG. The Starter Deck 2 back in the day was hit and miss, and I've had a few over the years, and 2 right when they came out. And they kind of rehashed a lot of the same common cards you got in the original Starter Deck. So, you know, 2/3 of this box were kind of wasted with commons. You do get a few useful cards, as you saw me show you, but other than that, and the one thing I do like about Starter Deck 2 is those extra cards, the missions that have Ferengi and Dominion in them, some universal, as well as the Trading Post and that event. Very useful cards. That's all for today. Have a great day, everybody.